Yeah.
What up, though, family?
Yo, what's good? It's your boy JDJ. As you know, where we at?
We in the compound here at the CJ Does It All podcast. We here again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
let's
Yes,
get
sir.
it.
Hey man, we was talking about real quick this Chat GPT, bro.
Yeah,
Doing a little bit more research. This thing might be pretty legit,
yeah,
bro. Like just being able to use it, test it out, and it's putting together, plans and things of that sort. It's like, all right, there's a lot of money that can be made here.
it is. It's a useful tool.
Yeah,
It
bro.
really, really is.
Yeah, bro.
Especially if you like an entrepreneur, a business person, you can definitely utilize that. Just depending on whatever you know what I'm saying, you want to do. I'm trying to break that bitch.
bro,
You
bro.
feel me?
The amount of things that could get done with that is amazing.
Yeah,
Like you could definitely make a lot of money off this Chat GPT. And like you said, we should have a competition.
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah,
got
yeah,
like the
yeah.
first one to monetize.
Using GPT. We're gonna start our YouTube channel. Just a random shit. We gonna record the process or whatever. And we're gonna use Chat
Chat
GPT
GPT.
to make videos,
Yeah.
create content, and see who can make money first.
Hey man,
But
I'm down. I'm excited,
but also I say if we can also utilize it somehow to maybe I don't know somehow create merch or something also along
bro.
with it.
We gonna
Then
figure
that's
out all that,
yeah
bro.
yeah that could be included in the competition.
Hey, we're gonna be the black people who actually know what they're talking about when it comes to Chat GPT. We're gonna get known as the Chat GPT dudes in the culture.
I'm cool with that.
Hey,
Long as ain't
I'm
no,
really cool with
you
that.
know what I'm saying? Long as it ain't no bull.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's gonna happen is that just in the short learning phases that we have, we gonna find out some shit, bro. We gonna
Definitely.
find out some shit.
But also, I think people will need to do a little research and start learning about augmented reality, machine learning, coding, and just all the techie stuff, because that's the future. A lot of that stuff you gonna need just for basic stuff, and not even,
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying,
That's
basic
crazy to think
skill.
about. That's crazy to think about. Just like you know how your grandma don't know how to use a printer. You know what I
You
mean?
talking about grandma?
You know, it's
Don't
like
do,
we
don't do,
gonna be
granny.
at that age, bro, where we ain't gonna know how to code, and we need to code.
Exactly.
Like,
But I
because it's gonna be those who know and those who don't know. And I feel like us being in our 30s, we starting to get into that age group where we're gonna get stubborn and not want to learn that much more information.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
maybe y'all is. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm not.
You're right.
I'm
Exactly.
not. That's not gonna be me.
I try
That's
to.
not gonna be y'all. If y'all watching this podcast, that
Yeah.
ain't gonna be y'all.
No, that ain't for our listeners. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Nick,
saying?
exactly.
Our listeners are they the type of people who like to learn a little something every day. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I like to get 1% better each day.
Yeah, man. And take advantage of the day and enjoy the day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like it's a rep. You know what I mean? It's easy to think about the destination or the ultimate goal once you
Yeah.
make it, but it's like, man, if you could just enjoy the day. That's why I'm like, man, I'm excited to learn about this Chat GPT stuff,
Yes.
man.
Cherish today.
Yeah,
It's
man.
exciting. All this AI technology. It's so much stuff you can create artwork. I've seen somebody um, use AI technology, create an artwork, have an art show, and make money off art they didn't even create.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just about your mind.
Yeah.
Cause how big is your mind?
I mean, I would say it's based off the limitations that it has. If the mind is limited, then that's how big it is. But if the mind, you allow the mind to think beyond certain limits, then
True, but still, even if um, your mindset or you thinking on a smaller scale,
hmm
your mind is still infinite. Cause once you realize you
yeah,
have,
for
you know what
sure.
I'm saying?
You got to Yeah, it got to be a realization of you. You can't be a closed-minded individual.
Yeah,
Like a closed-minded individual, I believe, is someone who can't grow.
exactly. I thought you was gonna answer with the technical answer, like.
No, no.
No, usually when I say that, people be like, "Well, your brain is 7 ounces or whatever it is." Is it no? I forgot. How big is your brain? I'm gonna say 6 ounces. I don't know.
Man, I wouldn't know.
Y'all write it in the comments.
Yeah, whatever y'all think it is. Hold on,
Yeah.
bro. I think this is so. There we go. Okay, that was tripping me out for a second. Yeah, there we go. But yeah. Now I know you got a few topics you wanted to hit, man. What we got coming up, man?
Yes. Um, some of it is just me just thinking about stuff randomly. One of them was, and I guess I'm trying to think. Do rappers still name themselves after Italian gangsters? Do people still do that, or is that more
Mm,
so '90s era, 2000s?
no, I mean I don't know. Name an Italian gangster. I mean I know, but you.
Lucky Luciano. Oh, um, John Gotti.
I mean, you know, but that's old though.
Gambino and type people. Noriega.
But I think the whole concept is that they wanted to paint an image. That rap is just a facade anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about these new generation rappers. These niggas
No,
killing
it's a
out here.
facade. You see all the people telling. You see Charleston White
Oh yeah.
exposing the other half.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Nah, that's definitely a facade. But I'll
Yeah.
say it's majority a facade. And that's why but facades sell.
Yeah.
False
The
reality sell when you really think about it.
yeah, 'cause people you're portraying that certain image that you want people to look up to and strive for, but in reality, you probably not even living like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? With J. Cole had a line in a song. He said, "Fake rappers ain't practicing what they preaching. They tell you hit the trap while they relaxing on the beach." And
Yeah, bro.
I think I was in high school when he said. I was just thinking like, damn, he ain't lying. They tell you hit the trap and they relaxing on the beach.
Yeah, bro.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, but a lot of
And
that.
truthful.
But what happens is that I think it's just a lot of mismanagement. Like when you sign a deal, like you're still a business. You got to take that money, invest into yourself as the business,
Yeah,
your brand. But what happens is they take that money and buy all this jewelry and buy all this stuff, and then next thing you know, they broke 2 years later because their music doesn't hold weight.
exactly. It's not a substance.
Yeah,
You just for that trend,
that
whatever
that
trend going on at the moment.
yeah, bro. You want to be able to create substance. That's why I feel like those who can appreciate the journey is going to be able to provide substance because they seeing the
Exactly.
good of everything, or at least choosing to see the good. But those who's like, I just want to make it, I just want to make it, and fuck around if they do, they might not be able to maintain that level
Yeah.
because they haven't even learned to enjoy the day here at the lower level.
So do you think some artists are like chosen and or put? Because we know obviously if you on a certain label, you got more money. They can what I'm saying
They
pay
can
you
boost.
for more radio play and pay fake the stream. That's what people really doing. They got them
True.
whatever the fucking rooms with all these phones and they just streaming it over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, I think it really just depends as a label how much of an investment I think you're worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I look at your fan base and I'm like, I could possibly make my money back, within this amount of time
Yeah.
period. You know, looking at the music, if I think it's hot, I'm willing to invest a little bit more with a deal or
And,
an advance.
and they looking at your numbers too on like social media.
Yeah,
A little bit
exactly.
more like how many followers do this guy got? You know what I'm saying? Like how many views
And
he
then how
getting?
many of those followers though gonna actually buy something?
Mm,
It's a difference
Yeah,
between I just follow you because you're entertaining and you're a rapper, and I actually buy your music. You know what I
that's
mean?
true. And so there's a lot of bots too.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so many bots, bro.
I think they did a study. They said like I want to say like 60% of the people on Twitter was bots. Damn
No.
near.
60?
It was like something crazy like that.
Ah,
I
60%?
want to say 60. Don't
Bro,
quote
that's
me on that,
high.
y'all.
That's
But
high.
I think it was 60. It was
Bro,
some.
that's crazy.
It's a lot.
That's ridiculous. That's. I wonder if that was why the original reason why Elon backed out of trying to buy Twitter. You remember? It
Yeah,
was like a little short period. He's like, all
yeah.
right, I ain't buying because y'all ain't
I
giving us
thought
the
it
real
was more
numbers.
so just some type of business move, like trying to get it for a little lower price. Like, nah, it's
Like
just
I don't even want this shit no
right.
more.
And I'm
Find
like,
another billionaire to buy this shit.
exactly.
If
Find somebody else. But the real reason he bought it is because he I don't know if he owns it or he just invested in another company called Neuralink, where they're trying to combine the human brain with technology and
okay,
transhumanism, and
transhumanism.
they need that data basically to go in the Neuralink in the mainframe to speed up the algorithm so it can basically start learning more and becoming humanized.
So
But his
basically,
and his ultimate goal is to put chips in people's brains, so like you can be in a metaverse without having the Oculus glasses. You can just be thinking about your tweet, and as you tweet it from your brain.
see, man, that shit is wild. It's like you create that for people to get it on free will.
Yeah,
You think that's the intentions? Is that for people to be like, damn, it's so many benefits because
it's one way. I believe, yeah, it makes sense. Like, yeah, we go just play it like we're trying to get you just to use it for the metaverse, just for social media, just for
yeah,
YouTube, whatever.
that's the hook. That's the bait. It's
But
like we're not gonna try to just tell y'all gotta have this. No, 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 no. We're gonna subtly be like, hey, if you take this, you'll make $1 million a year.
exactly till they hit some on the main, put some coding in, and now you fucking hypnotize, and you know what I'm saying, or you a killer now, or you know what I'm saying. They
That's
make you do
crazy.
some crazy stuff. So I don't trust it. I don't want. They've been trying to put chips in people for so long now. But
I think the only thing about that is that who's willing to take the risk. You
you'd
know
be
what I mean?
surprised. They putting all the other type of shit in their body.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. I think more so of the large group of people. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, like a vast majority of
Yeah,
Americans.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you gonna get your one
The
percenters.
liberals, let's say, we're gonna break it down like that. We know who gonna do it. It's gonna be like the more, open-minded liberal people. The people on the right, they ain't doing that shit.
No, fuck no,
Hell
no,
no.
ain't no fuck, no, ain't no way,
Them niggas,
no,
hell to the no.
no. But I mean,
They
the
got to kill
far
them.
left ain't going either.
Nah, yeah. It's a certain, different section.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more
it's
conservative
a
section
big
on the
ass
left
spectrum.
too. Yeah,
Everybody in this motherfucker. We
the
don't know
left
where
and the
everybody
white,
at, but
the left and the white. We ain't go white supremacy.
yeah, that
That's what I like to call it.
see now with even with that technology, the development of that technology,
Yeah.
right? Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, what would be like his purpose? Like, does he think this is good intentions?
He's a narcissistic ass. Nah.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, developing technology to control someone. I mean, ultimately, what does that lead to?
More power and control over people,
Oh shit!
over the masses.
Oh, maybe he is trying to do this
The
shit.
sheep,
Then,
as
huh?
they call us.
Oh man.
No, I don't know what they call.
Oh man. I just don't think that there. Well, I mean, I don't know. You never know. Cause what's that? Squid Game.
Yeah.
Would you ever do Squid Game?
Hell no. Ain't doing no shit like that.
But you had to think. Like, here's the thing though.
I'm
Here's how
like,
Squid Game was set up.
I'm black in America. This is Squid Game.
The game was set up
Uh-huh.
to where you got a whole bunch of debt. You owe motherfuckers money. You
Yeah.
stressed out. You going through it every single day. Somebody come up to you and start playing the game. It was like, hey, you want to try to make some money, clear this debt? Shit, why not?
Yeah, they make it sound so good. That's how they get you. Shit, you ain't got nothing to lose. They gonna kill you anyway. You owe about 10 bookies. Nigga.
You already ain't got shit to lose. You don't know the risk though.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's common that anybody will be like, all right, I'm down.
That's true. If you in that certain predicament, you be willing to do anything.
Now, once you in that motherfucker, and then you get the second chance to get out.
Now I'm gone. You just dumb now. If you seeing that shit, you ain't want to go home. You got another type of crazy. Cause ain't no way I take my chance on the streets, my baby. At least I can shoot back at that bitch. It's squig, nigga. You ain't got no weapons or nothing. Well, I guess depending on the game, whatever. But
And it's 100% up to like, I guess you could say chance, because there was like the step ladder towards the end, like where only 3 people. Well, no, the whole thing was just crazy. People was gonna die regardless.
Yeah,
like
that was a crazy move.
It wasn't like if I'm stronger than you.
Yeah.
Or none of that. It was just literally like the most randomest shit. Like you could be the strongest, you could be the fastest, the smartest, and still go.
And still lose.
Yeah, fuck.
That's how games go. Sometimes you the biggest, faster, but if somebody better at the game, you might lose.
Yeah, bro.
You know.
Yeah, bro. What was your next topic, by the way?
Hold on, let me look. I said, I don't know what made me think of this. I said, did Drake only get as big as he is now because he half Jewish?
Drake got bars though.
He do.
Drake got talent.
And I'm not even a Drake fan, but it's like he's living his life from Degrassi. He's still in everybody's style. He can stay relevant. Don't get me wrong, he makes great music.
I think it benefits his career that he's Jewish. It doesn't not.
It don't hurt.
We can't say that. Yeah, it don't hurt. It definitely don't hurt. But I mean, just talented alone.
But Drake, he made me think of Sicilian people, because that's like the perfect example of how your dad could be black, but you got I guess a white bloodline in you as well. You have a seed, but they look white, even though they still got black in them.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he had a baby by another Jewish woman. His son looked like a little regular Jewish, but you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that's why people like, how is Italian or Sicilians black? That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it happens.
Sometimes
generations,
depending on
no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But
certain one is going to be more dominant than the other, whether if it's man or female. Like that baby gonna come out looking like more like his daddy or more like his mama. One of the two.
That baby got an 820 credit score right now. I said, I look forward to working for you, sir, when you get older.
Out the womb. Hey, to be honest with you, be honest with you, I mean, it's like now we got that knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like before, it's like coming into the world for at least us as black men, we were at a disadvantage. But at least now our kids won't. You know what I mean? Because it's like we get the opportunity to work to put them in a better position.
Yeah. So what we gonna do about 65,000 women and children missing in our community?
Damn. Is it right now? 65,000?
Yes.
Man, this shit is ridiculous. I mean, like,
and I don't know for sure if that's just our community, but I did see a statistic from New Era, Detroit.
65,000?
They had it in a store that they was, yes. Make sure y'all go support them too.
Wait, who is actually trafficking women and children? Like, I mean, like, who's in society?
Y'all allies?
Bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, where is this underground
the
place?
Government? Because ain't no way it's just that many people and shit not getting seen.
Yeah, like this shit is like happening in front of our eyes somewhere.
I just seen a video right here where we at. You know, I ain't gonna say the city, but
okay,
the Meyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you seen that?
Bro, trying to kidnap a little girl.
I don't even know if he's gonna kidnap her. We trying to have sex with her,
bro.
Either way, he dead ass wrong. You know what I mean,
bro? But I feel like these types of guys that get caught for like kidnapping and shit, I feel like they don't deserve any rights. I feel like literally we
Stone them
should
to death.
torture their ass. Tell us where everybody at, because you're not about to just steal somebody's child, bro.
And just
Like,
get away with the shit.
and you can just have laws that protect you.
They stealing whole grown people too. They ain't even
Yeah,
just children.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
so what you think they doing? Like, what's going on? Do you think it's
weird?
Organ trafficking, organ harvesting?
I hear that's like a thing, but
putting just putting the girls in prostitution rings, or you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Or are they using us? Because we're still known to have the best working and functioning organs, and you know what I'm saying, out of any group of people.
True. I don't know, bro. It just doesn't make sense. Like, that has to be it, unfortunately. Like, selling it on the black market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody don't have insurance, or
and we know the lungs and stuff, they're going for a grip on the black market just because of the internet, and everything is exposed right now. You can find out anything, bro.
That's crazy. That's wild. But I mean, it's wild to think about it like that. But it's like, where is this shit happening at? It's happening somewhere.
Everywhere, every major
city.
We
Damn, you think right within the That's the thing. Like, if it's right blindly in front of us, you know what I mean? If these people who are trafficking people are walking amongst us, bro, like, are we just not opening our eyes? You know what I mean?
I mean, you can't just look at somebody and tell they a fucking, you know what I'm saying, a kidnapper or a rapist or something. I mean, sometimes you can. Don't get me.
Yeah, you like something real weird about you, buddy.
Yeah, but for the most part, you can't really tell. But we must protect our women and children.
Bro. Yeah, bro. I think all women need to be strapped up. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I do too.
I think all of them need to be, because it's better to have it than not need it than need it and not have it.
Exactly,
bro. Man.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah,
and don't be going out late by yourself. Even if you go to a certain place, it could be a nice neighborhood. You never know.
For sure, you gotta know where you at. No, I mean, even knowing where you at, that shit still happens there too.
Exactly.
In the nice areas, you know what I mean.
And I didn't went on my way to protect our women, just because that's who I am. Like, I used to be at a gas station like 2, 3 in the morning and shit, and I see a black girl. She can't even walk in because it's, you know what I'm saying, it's a nigga at the door waiting to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell her. I'm like, you good? She was getting her car. I'm like, you good? You can come here with me. She was like, thank you. I told the dude, I said, man, leave her the fuck alone, bro. Let her walk in here in peace.
Goofy ass.
Yeah, that shit was making me mad. Like, come on, man.
I can't stand niggas that just stand at the man, bro. And the only reason why I say that, and it's not like to shit on what they doing, but it's just like, bro, it's more to life than just standing at the gas station trying to get on a female, bro. It's so much more to life. It's a beautiful thing. Look up CHAT GPT, nigga.
Look up CHAT GPT.
Like, come on, bro. Like, there's so much more than just wasting time at the fucking gas station. I'm sorry.
Not even that, though. It's like, that shit don't never work. And if it do, it's going to be with a rat.
Yeah. Who really about to give you some play at the gas station while you standing on the corner, not next to your whip?
And especially it's a whole group of y'all, and it's only, you know what I'm saying, 1 or 2 of them, or one of them. Like, come on, man, don't be doing that, bro. Yeah, our women need to feel protected when they go in a place. They don't need to feel like they being harassed or they can't walk into a place or like, oh, here we go again. I can't even walk.
Here these niggas go.
Yeah, right. Just, you know what I'm saying. I know our women is fucking drop dead gorgeous, and y'all, you know what I'm saying. It's hard not to say nothing. Keep your hands on them. We love y'all. Yeah. Man, you know what I mean? That shit get me excited to think about y'all. But a nigga mouth got the water and the shit. But let our sisters be, bro.
Nah, for sure. For sure. I mean, I get it though. Like, I get the game. Like, if you're a single fella and you like, yo,
yeah,
I'm trying to get on. It's about where you at. You know what I mean? Like, you at the bar, you at a club, shit, you at a restaurant, buy her a drink. You know what I mean? But the gas station, standing on the corner, the liquor store, come on, bro. Like, I can see if y'all in the store together.
Yeah.
You look at her, she look at you. Da da da. I get that.
Yeah.
But if you just going out of your way, knowing you ain't got your shit together at that, trying to get on a female, nah, bro, you need to calm down. Focus on you.
Focus on you.
Focus on you. You doing the wrong thing right now.
So, is it appropriate to talk or try to date a girl, get her number, whatever you want to call it, try to court her
Trying to
at
get
work?
on. At work, is it appropriate? See, I seen it a lot at the workplace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I actually seen a lot of people get married.
That's all I'm going to say. A lot of people met their
You
significant
know what I mean?
others.
So I guess it's all relative, to the
Yeah.
individual. But
True.
just kind of depending on like me personally, no, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
wifey, you do your thing, I do my thing. All right, we come back home, we have
Man,
conversation.
You got to be with them 24/7. Like, damn, I don't get a break even at work.
It's not even that, but it's just more so of like when I'm at work, I'm at work.
Yeah, trying to focus. A little
Yeah,
bit. Okay.
and it's business at the end of the day
Right.
too. If you're conducting business, then I'm not trying to mix that with my marriage, or you know what I mean, or I don't
definitely
even want to communicate with the same line of people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because he say, she say,
exactly.
all that shit. I think for us, the reason why like our marriage is kind of strong is because we don't let motherfuckers get in our business. Like, I don't want people getting in our business. Private relationship is a good one. So
It definitely always keep it private.
yeah, bro.
And the crazy part about that though, like in my mind, like when I want a girl, every time that I work with,
yeah.
I didn't do it. I'm like, nah. But every time I didn't do it, they would somehow come to talk to me, and they would, you know what I'm saying, initiate it first. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
every time though.
It's all about, you know what I mean.
That's how the universe works.
Man, if you the male, you got the sauce, bro. You ain't gotta.
And two, before we get up out of here, I want to talk about the year 2023. Now, the year 2023, if you add it up in numerology, it's a number 7. And a number 7, a universal spiritual, is a universe number for spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
This is the year that a lot of people will be going back to church, getting into spirituality, going back to wherever the Ma's, whatever you used to practice. A lot of people going to be doing that. Also this year, whatever you think, like, you are, it's going to happen. Like, if you think you going to be a broke nigga this year, you're going to be a broke nigga this year. If you think you go get money and live in abundance and live your dream, that's what's going to happen. So make sure y'all protect y'all thoughts and keep them positive thoughts going, because your cells are listening.
Your cells. Okay. I thought that was a bar. That is kind of a bar, low key.
It is, because water holds memories.
Bro, CJ with the bars out here.
We are walking USB drives.
You downloading and uploading. Or
humanity has ever faced.
Yeah.
I mean, woo! Just reading history, looking at the world. I mean, wow. Humanity could be so easily manipulated with this whole God concept. So within the God concept gets introduced the concept of Satan or the devil. So I know you're a man who is you're a researcher, you're a historian, you travel the world. So this is the perfect conversation to have with somebody like you. You didn't just read books, but you actually been to places where you've seen the stones and everything. So to start out with, Billy, what is the oldest recorded story of God and the oldest recorded story of the devil or of Satan that you have encountered in your experience doing all this research, my brother?
That's a really intricate question, because it goes deeper than just talking about God and Satan. When you go into the super ancient text, we're talking about now some of the oldest tablets that we know we have available that have been translated since the 1800s, Assyrian and Babylonian tablets. These tablets are written in cuneiform, a specialized type of writing that's written into wet clay with a stylus. And once it dries, it becomes stone. So we know what we're reading is as close to the truth as we can possibly get. Is it 100% accurate? Anything that man touches, obviously there's room for some manipulation. However, back then, writing in cuneiform was such a heavy task that there would be scribes, and people would dictate to scribes. And so they would write down what they were told to write, or what they saw, or what they had learned. And so what's interesting about this technique, it's so tedious. There wasn't a lot of room for just fanciful thinking and making things up. You kind of really want to get direct to the point, you know what I'm saying? Because it could take you, a month to write one story. It's very, very intricate. So with that in mind, the oldest story that I get is when these beings, which have been recorded all around the world from all different cultures and civilizations, the Aboriginals, the people of Kemet, the Dogons, the people of Mesoamerica, the Mayans and the Aztecs, and I can just keep going. The people of China, Wang Di came down on a fiery dragon. Japan, I can just keep going. They all have the same exact story, a story that beings came here from up there down to this planet and then engaged them in some way, shape, or form. Now, where it gets interesting and intricate is these beings claimed to be God. They masqueraded as gods. And in the region where they ruled over people, they were the people's God. Their people were told that I am the only one God. For example, Amun-Ra, so also known as Marduk in the Jewish Torah and the modern day canonized Bible. He says, there'll be no other God but me. I'm a jealous God. So the people of that region said, oh man, this guy is the only one. This is the only one we can pray to. This is the only one we can give thanks to. And everyone was duplicating that in other regions of the planet. Now, what's interesting, and this is where it gets really crazy, these beings that were masquerading as gods on earth, walking amongst men and ruling over them, said this exact thing, that when the creator of all finds out what we've done here, we're going to have to pay for this. And this is written in the tablets, in several different tablets, in several different time periods. So even they knew they weren't gods. They knew they were masquerading, and they knew that there was a creator above them, that there's a creator of all, they called it. They didn't call it a god. They said a creator of all. That means everything that exists. So they understand that there's a creator, and they felt some type of guilt that they would be punished for what they had done on this.
So it's crazy. Even back then, though, people still believed in a higher source, though. You know what I mean?
So I look at it as this, right? It's because one thing that he said that I think was truly profound is that if man touch it, anything can be
manipulated.
Right.
Exactly.
So, but what I look at is that from the perspective of, and I'm just going based off what we got so far, is that everyone will kind of write their own image of who God is. Everyone simply looks at, okay, who is he? But my only counter is that there is a truth.
Exactly.
There's a concrete fundamental truth. Like through all the bullshit, something has to stand. And so in my thinking, whatever stands is what is true. You know what I mean? So that's and that's the thing. I feel like it shows through the fruits of life.
Yeah.
You know, through your production in life, or just in who you are. I believe that's the testimony to show, is God real or not, or is your God real or not? It's really through your treatment of people. Like, how do you individually treat a person?
Exactly.
I feel like for me, you can kind of at least align to someone's beliefs based off, is it selfish in manners? You know what I mean? Is it a lot of self?
Yeah.
Or is it giving? I mean, it's all about what you value.
Exactly.
It's all about what you value. Hold on, we gotta keep going because I think he's about to
this planet to human beings.
Here.
But before I press play, though, remember they said it was beings, right, that came here masquerading as gods. So they talking about some type of aliens or extraterrestrial. Now, if y'all don't believe that, after this video, I can go to CIA.gov and we can pull up the documents.
See, but that's the thing, though.
Prove it. I mean, if that's what we gotta do to make y'all believe it, that's what I'll do.
that I mean, what I mean is that it's not just about um things, semantics, things that we can touch and things that we can feel.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because these things die and these things deceive us every day. Shit, our own feelings deceive us every day. Like 1 minute you feel hungry, 9 o'clock at night, you like, nah, I ain't gonna eat. Like your feelings deceive us. So I think anything that we can feel, anything that we can see, can always be deceived. I think it's about the walk. In my opinion.
Yeah, let's get into it though. He's about to.
Pretty interesting. So when it gets into God and Satan, when it comes into what I call the modern day idiom, where we're now talking about what's inside of these New Age religious texts, and I do mean New Age. The Bible is New Age. The Bible was written from 100 AD to 900 AD. That's brand new compared to 8,000 old tablets, 36,000-year-old tablets. That's brand spanking new. That just arrived here, right?
Yes.
The Torah, maybe a little bit older than that. In some of these other texts, the Tibetan Book of the Dead and all these other texts, these texts are fairly new. Now, what's happening here? You look in into the Garden of Eden story, which is actually comes out of the Sumerian tablets, and it's in Mesopotamia where there was an Eden, Edin. This Eden was an outdoor laboratory according to the tablets, not according to Billy Carson. So don't say Billy is making stuff up. No, you go do what I did, research them. They're available online for free. Everyone can read them. UCLA, CDLI, Cuneiform Online Digital Library. It's free. You can go there and download all the tablets and read the translations for yourself. You don't need me. Now, so what's interesting is in these tablets, in the Eden, you had Adam and you had Eve, the two beings that were there. Now, first you had Adam. Adam was actually born through Isis. Now, so the reason why this happened is because there were already people on earth. As well as in the Bible, when you read the Old Testament the right way, you realize that there were people here, because after Cain got kicked out, he said the people out there are going to kill me. Well, what people out there? So clearly there were people out there that existed. In the Sumerian tablets, you discover that they had already began a genetic cloning of people on this planet from our own cousins that were already here to make a slave race, because they got tired of doing the work themselves. They have been laboring on this planet for a long time, approximately 200,000 years. Hold on a second.
Take your time.
So approximately, I've been talking all day, but this is probably my 6th video that I've done today. So they were laboring on this planet, according to the tablets, for about 250,000 years on their own. No slave labor. They were doing this. That's in the Atrahasis epic, right? And the Enuma Elish as well. And then all of a sudden they said, we're tired of this work. Enki and Enlil, who were the kings of Earth at the time, part of this race of beings that were masquerading, we're going to go to war against these guys and tell them, look, we're done. We're not doing this work anymore. So in the Atrahasis, they talk about actually leaving Mars, because they were working also even on Mars, creating a concurrent civilization. They came down. These are the sons of God, because they were all sons of Anu.
That nigga said they was on Mars.
Bro, that went over my head. My only question is that because I think what happens is that a lot of people say or a lot of people who don't believe in the Bible say that the Bible even of itself has truths within it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, how can you discredit something, but also use it as reference as well? It's like, because if you use the Bible as reference, you're validating it. You can't invalidate something and then validate it when you want to. Either it's all invalid or it's not.
Well, he's validating it, saying that they got it out of the Sumerian tablets. You know what I'm saying? He's not saying it was actual truth.
So
they took some of this from the Sumerian tablets, some from the other part, but
so from his outlook, based off
his
research,
yeah,
the Sumerian tablets is supposed to be the oldest tablets.
And the Enuma Elish and the 7 tablets of curation. It's a lot of different tablets. Like I said, you can go to UCLA, CLID.
So I'm assuming he's referencing that because he's saying that it's the oldest.
Yeah, exactly.
So the oldest meaning that what originated.
Exactly, and like you said, we don't even know if that's 100%. So all this shit really,
You
know what I'm saying?
Okay, so but that's the thing.
But
like,
it's the closest we go get. He's saying, you know what I'm saying, to the,
but it's for me when you get into these conversations, then it's like, all right, for what? What is the purpose? You know
to
what I
find
mean?
out what the actual truth is. That's the purpose. What is the truth? What does this
But that's the
actually
thing.
mean?
I feel
You
like
know what I'm saying?
I feel like you're ever searching. It's like almost a sinking foundation in a sense, because if you can't stand on it, like what's the whole purpose of it? Like, how can you then like know where the hell you going? Like,
Well, we're gonna see. Let's
we
see.
gotta find out.
Let's see.
Head of this pantheon of Sumerian Anunnaki came down. These are the sons of God, because they were all sons of Anu, the head of this pantheon of Sumerian Anunnaki. The sons of God fell down. They came from Mars down to Earth, and they were going to go to war against God. It was Anu, Enki, and Enlil. That three, the Trinity. Right there in South Africa at Adam's Calendar. Well documented, and that site has been discovered as one of the first original gold mines, and it dates back to approximately when? 200,000 years ago, just like the tablets say. And so now we have a point here where this slave race they agree to do it. What they do is they agree to clone us, our cousins, and turn them into slaves, which they began to do, but they had a problem. The clones weren't living long. They couldn't reproduce on their own. Just like if you take a lion and a tiger and you get a tigon, right? Or a liger, they can't create more ligers or tigons. You have
Tigon.
Rewind. We gotta rewind like 30 seconds. Did he say clones?
Yeah. And when he's saying our cousins, he's talking about
Our
like
cousins in them?
No,
Lil
he's
Ray
talking
in
about
who you talking about?
hominoids. It's people,
Okay.
but they're not Homo sapiens yet because they can't reproduce.
Hold on.
We have a point here where this slave race they agree to do it. What they do is they agree to clone us, our cousins, and turn them into slaves, which they began to do, but they had a problem. The clones weren't living long. They couldn't reproduce on their own. Just like if you take a lion and a tiger and you get a tigon, right? Or a lion.
You talking about how did they clone?
Yeah, like, and she's saying like, I took basically this group of people. I took a male from here, a female from here, and made like they had sex. Is that what he mean is cloning, or he's talking about actually cloning the same individual?
That I don't know. I guess we both got to read the Sumerian tablets to find out and see if it's in there.
I don't, because if he's using clone as a definition,
it's not far fetched, right? Because we know the technology we got now, they cloning people now.
No, bro.
We know that for a fact.
They're not cloning niggas now.
They cloning animals. You don't think they can clone people, bro?
I mean, no.
They just had a story about how they got in Disney Lab. They've been taking DNA from different Disney stars, and now they starting to clone and make like actual human beings, and they got like fetuses and shit, and like in the fucking fluid and like real people. Like this shit is here now. Like,
robots can be made. The reason why I don't believe in clones because I believe in spirits. I don't believe you can clone a spirit.
Yeah, you could. It said.
I don't think the body lives without a spirit.
You can transfer a consciousness. And that's the spirit, right?
Bro, no.
You don't think you could transfer a consciousness?
Okay, but
our ancestors say you can't.
So, okay, think about it. Information is everything, right?
Yeah.
You think you really think that like somebody can hold this secret information forever and it be passed down and it don't get tossed around? Like,
we had the information, but we know through fucking war and burning all this information from all the pyramids, like,
bro, ain't no way. Because you gotta think about it. If they could clone back then, see, this is why it makes me question.
Though the Atlantean said he was able to transfer his consciousness and. Basically he kept like the different shit that he was gonna transfer to. I don't know, it was a different human, like whatever they had underneath the Giza pyramid. and they just found it. Like I think this past year.
He transferred his consciousness.
Yeah,
consciousness can't be seen. Can it be seen?
It's a stab. It's a device. I forgot. I can pull up after this.
So it can be detected. It can be detected.
Yes, all this shit.
See, I don't think
we are only light in consciousness.
See,
and we are made out of atoms stacked on top of other atoms. But let's get back to the video. I'm gonna get into it. Turn this bitch to science class on y'all.
Liger, they can't mate and create more ligers or tigons. You have to get a tigon, right, or a liger. They can't mate and create more ligers or tigons. You have to. It doesn't work. That was the problem they ran into. They had strong, big people that can do a lot of work but couldn't reproduce. And it was a lot of work to keep making them. So what they did was this: ISIS says, I'm going to take one in my own womb. This is a famous cylinder scroll that's at the British Museum. She took an egg from an existing being, a hominid, our cousin, not Homo sapien yet, but similar to us, took the egg out of the womb. They added their essence to the egg, meaning they did a genetic modification, possibly taking out some of the genetic material and adding some of their genetic material, inserted it back into her own womb, and took the baby to term a full 10 months, not 9, according to the tablets, 10 months term, and gave birth to Adamu, which means first man. The translation of Adamu means first man. And so there's a famous cylinder scroll of her holding the baby up saying, my hands have made it. And that began the generations of ISIS, the generations of ISIS, Genesis. That's where Genesis came from. It's Genesis. That begins the generations. Now, fast forward into the future, we're in the garden, and Lil is also known as Yahweh. So he's masquerading as Yahweh in the Bible.
Hell no. Because all right, here's the reason why. Because in Genesis, like the very fundamentals of the Bible is the word.
Yeah.
Is words. That is words. That's very fundamental. So it says that the word was God. It basically what I'm saying is that everything is dependent on man's word, not on the words.
Yeah.
And what actually works. But when he says clone, bro, it's like, no, because here's the thing. There's always going to be an enemy. There's never going to be someone without some type of enemy, right? There's always going to be someone who opposes you. And because of that very fact, you're not going to be able to just hold information without other people being able to have access to that same information. That's impossible.
It's definitely not impossible. You got to think.
Bro,
you thinking of the times of today. Like, nigga, how somebody in the whole other side of the world go know how we doing this over here? Y'all can't even live in our climate.
But I guarantee. All right, that's like this.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's like.
Why do you think they? I'm sorry to cut your wisdom.
No, go ahead.
Why do you think they scare us and not wanting to learn all this African spirituality and all this shit? They call the shit voodoos. By the voodoo shit came after the Haitian Revolution, and they wanted to make motherfuckers scared of the Haitians. And it started when they had zombie movies. It was Haitians and shit in the movie. They were like the Haitians. They had them niggas doing voodoo and shit, and that's how the propaganda and that shit in America started. Voodoo actually, they said, nigga, the Bible was created with using some of voodoo and all these different spiritualities. It wasn't just somebody made this shit up out of thin air. And there's no original idea. Somebody just hopped on the wavelength, and y'all both on that same wavelength. Y'all got the same download, whatever you want to call it, and y'all got the idea.
But here's the thing: there's been loads and massive people who've practiced voodoo. And the thing is that in practicality, basically in life journey, like the shit wasn't really working. They found the Bible, and it worked. It was like
if it wasn't for voodoo, we wouldn't be talking right now, bro.
I don't think so, because
I know so for a fact. You know
power.
That why?
There's power in prayer. You know what I mean? And so because of that,
and they prayed to their ancestors, and the ancestors told them to go kill them motherfuckers and get your freedom. What you talk about? You can look on Wikipedia right now. It even tell you the story of the Haitian Revolution when they were doing the voodoo ceremony and how a woman appeared out of the fucking folk. Nigga, it tell you that on Wikipedia, nigga. Even they couldn't lie about that shit. They were like, okay, we'll give y'all that one. Like, cause the shit, we know the truth. Like, that's how we won the war. We won through voodoo, through motherfucking spiritual practice, through poison, and motherfucker, nigga.
Through
like,
poison, but that's the
Malcolm
thing.
Dow, he was a I'm sorry, he was a herbalist, and he used to put like different motherfucking herbs together. You could run up, you could blow it in their face and cause the motherfuckers to, go in shock, and he had all type of shit. And actually, when he died, he said, "I'm gonna come back as a mosquito."
Oh my god!
And kill y'all. And this nigga, no, he said I'm gonna come. He said basically I'm gonna come back as I'm gonna kill y'all. But like a week later, a mosquito came and killed like thousands of fucking French soldiers and shit with malaria. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And
I know what you're saying, but I just think about practicality in life, bro. Like, there's been plenty of times where someone have like literally. Like, they've tried every fucking thing. They tried Buddhism. They tried everything. And then at their bare minimum, don't have nothing. The only one who cares about them is God themselves. Opens up the Bible. Boom. Opportunity. Life is changed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's you got to think. What's the
same
most
thing is
published book
said
in
about
the world?
every religion and every spiritual system in the world,
bro.
though.
No, but the results aren't the same.
Yes, it is. You know,
what's the most published book in America or in the world right now?
How many people are Christians in the world?
I mean, that's hard to measure. You can't really give a number.
It is. It's on the census. You know that, right?
Yeah, but census is not accurate. You can't trust every census because they don't measure every number. If I become a Christian today, they can't measure that.
But with something like that, it's more so it's a lot easier than track just because.
Yeah, for sure.
You
could give a ballpark number, but you can't ever truly call it.
Right, you could just go by the church and members. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We know those are, for a fact, even if they not, or they just, exploring or whatever.
For sure.
But out of all them people, nigga, most of them is in poverty, nigga. I know that for a fact.
Here's also
what happened to them prayers.
But here's also too, and if I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, a lot of people that are successful are Christians, but they just be quiet because because for one, unfortunately, the Christian community judges each other like it's nobody's business.
Yeah,
we just judge every single little thing.
But it's more Muslim people that's successful than Christians just by per capita.
I'm not going to compare.
I'm just saying per capita because there's more Muslim people in the world.
What I'm saying is that
so that don't
there is I wouldn't discredit the body of Christ because of there's poverty there. Yeah, we're the ones who love them. Like, that's why. It's like, who else is there? Nobody else wants to.
And I guess the naysayers would say,
we just want to
not even the naysayers, but you gotta. To me, I don't care what you practice. You gotta You gotta do whatever resonate with you. You know what I'm saying?
True.
As long as it resonate with you and you feel like it's right for you, then it's not a problem. That's what I feel. But let's get back to the video.
True. We gotta get back to
Bible. Anywhere in the Bible where it's Yahweh, it's actually this guy in Lil. Came from it's Genesis. That begins the generations. Now, fast forward into the future, we're in the garden, and Lil is also known as Yahweh. So he's masquerading as Yahweh in the Bible. Anywhere in the Bible where it's Yahweh, it's actually this guy in Lil, who's actually a pretty evil dude. He goes and comes a lot. He goes away. While he's gone, his brother, Ea Enki, who the earth is named after, goes into the garden and starts having empathy for the humans and starts telling them, look, you guys are just as powerful as us. You guys are just as incredible as us, maybe even more powerful than even we are. You have knowledge, you have wisdom, you're a sentient being. He starts feeding them. He starts giving them the apple. The apple is knowledge. Once they get this knowledge, they're like, oh man, what are we doing? We're running around like animals, man. Give me I want some clothes. Let me cover myself. So after some time of his teachings in the garden, a while later, this could be even months, maybe even a year. You know how long this guy goes away and comes back. He comes back, Yahweh, and says, man, what's going on? You guys got some knowledge. So he gets pissed off at his brother because he found out his brother did that. He then begins to call his brother Satan. However, because of the way that he was treating the people in these experiments and the slaves and everything else, when you read the tablets, you'll understand he was killing people by the hundreds of thousands just because he felt like it if they got too noisy, according to the tablets. they were calling him Satan, but he detracted that from himself and pushed it off to his brother. No, this is the one that's been doing this to you. He's Satan. So the people of the old, the ancients, they used to call him.
Yeah, you obviously know you can't validate everything that he's saying when he said we were cloning people. We got to see the evidence, bro. We got to see the pure evidence of people being cloned. If he shows us,
but you could say the same thing about the Bible, though. You got to see I want to see the evidence of Moses splitting the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's a faith. That's why it's called a faith system. You got to have faith in what you think you believe. But I'm going off facts.
My only thing, because don't get me wrong, I'm 100% listening to him. I want to understand his perspective and what he's saying. But it has to have some type of valid foundation.
I mean, too, this is only a 15. He talked for a whole hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
too.
Fair.
We're
That's
not gonna
fair.
get the full context of everything. And two, to understand what you even saying, you will have to read all them tablets. He just giving you the cliff notes. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
But that's the thing.
Yeah, I want to show my age.
If you mention, if you say cliff notes, but that's the thing though. Like when you're communicating about something, everything you have to say damn near has to be valid. Otherwise, it makes all your other points invalid. Like for example, when in court, right? All it takes is one witness to answer. He can answer 9 good questions, but if he answered 1 wrong, they might discredit that witness.
True, but
that's the same thing.
We was in court and you had evidence that was 6,000 years old, and I had evidence that was over 200,000 years old. Which one you gonna believe? Shit that happened. What happened first? The chicken or the egg?
But
that's all I'm saying.
But can it be deceived? Can the numbers be deceived as far as how old something actually is?
But you can say that about anything. So that's my point. Either way.
And we can get back to this video. This is my last point.
Yeah,
I think this is how people figured out what's what and what works for them. They look at everything across the board, pick this up. Oh, this shit ain't working. This shit ain't working. This ain't working. And then, hold on, wait. This is actually working. Whatever works, I believe, is the truth.
But the shit that was working for us was taken and stolen. That was the whole point. And we don't even know what was working for us because they took the shit and made us do the fuck.
I feel like you can find it in your practice today.
And two,
because you have access to the information.
My thing is, it's just hard for me to fuck with something that 80 million people had to get killed for, so people to listen to. So
it's all about.
That's just me. But let's get back to the video.
Yeah.
Satan, the Lord of Eden. That was Enlil's actual name, aka Yahweh in the modern day. The ancients, they used to call him Satan, the Lord of Eden. That was Enlil's actual name, aka Yahweh in the modern day Bible. He then detracted it from himself and pushed it off on his brother after this Garden of Eden incident and said, look, no, he's the evil one. Don't talk to him, because he didn't want people to start talking to Enki, because Enki was telling people the truth. Like, we're equals. And he didn't like that. So him and his brother kind of went to battle with each other. All right. And this is all in the tablets. Everything I'm telling you is verifiable 100,000%. And we could sit here on a video one day and just go through tablet after tablet. If somebody want to spend 4 or 5 hours on here, we could do it. The tablets don't lie. And so now this is where you get God, who's Yahweh, Enlil, and now you get Satan, who's actually his brother, who actually is actually the good guy. So, you know, it becomes this weird dichotomy of the situation where we got somebody who's being called the dark guy.
You got confused. What happened was, right?
No, I heard him clearly. I heard him. He's basically saying that
his brother was actually the good guy that was telling everybody, like, you got the power, like, you just like me, we really not gods. Because they really wasn't gods, they were just different beings who had technology that was never seen, so they looked at them like they was God, even though they was regular motherfuckers. That's what that's what, you know what I'm saying?
Tough.
His brother was
That's
using
tough.
it against them, trying to say, they do this now, it's called cargo cults. They do the same shit now. But
go ahead.
His brother basically having them niggas worship that nigga. And he was a real Satan. They used to call that nigga, he was the evil nigga Satan, but his brother was so evil, nigga, he changed it up and made the people call him that. You know what I'm saying? The brother that, even though he wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
That's all he's saying. He's not saying like God is evil.
I know
what I'm saying?
I know what he's saying. I clearly.
Well, it's not what he's saying. It's what the tablet.
Yeah,
say.
what he's saying. The tablet say. My only opposing opposition on that is that when you're using your words, like the Christian Bible is based off, in the beginning was the word, right? Boom, right? And now if you put above that this story happened that he's describing, it disintegrates the entire Bible. The Bible doesn't make sense.
And that's exactly why
the entire Bible doesn't make sense.
That's why
this is true.
That's why they didn't want this information to come out. They got all this stuff in the Vatican's library. They got all this shit there too. They already know this. They just not gonna allow the masses. Well, now they did because it's on you. You can go, but people who don't like to read like that, people don't really want to know the knowledge, and people are so indoctrinated they don't really want to know if it's the truth or not. They don't give a fuck. They good.
So let's just say I'm deeply indoctrinated, right? Like I'm deeply indoctrinated, and so what he's saying is disintegrating. I'm telling you, it's disintegrating the entire Bible because it stands on the word in and of itself.
Right.
So once one word is faulty, the entire thing is faulty, right? So if what he's saying is true, you know what I mean? Why would he then use it to validate his points?
I haven't heard one point that he made to validate the.
Bro, he referenced the Bible.
He's not you getting confused because he referencing the places in the Bible, but that happened in the Sumerian tablet before the Bible. So you're not referencing the Bible, you're referencing the Sumerian tablets that the Bible got it from.
I don't know.
That's what you're not getting. That's not the Bible. That's the Sumerian tablet. If you read the tablet, that shit was wrote in.
But even
and also.
So you're saying that the Bible references the Sumerian tablets and not the Sumerian tablets reference the Bible is what you're saying.
Exactly. That's why he's saying that. And also he's getting knowledge from local people, local elder from people all over the world and gotten the stories of what you telling they all said the same shit. That's what he said at the beginning. It's not just that tablet, it's many tablets. So we're gonna get back to it. Let's go ahead and finish this.
Guy who's actually the light guy, and the guy who's the light guy is really the dark guy. And as human beings are so ignorant, we got the whole thing tossed upside down. And then thousands of years later, people start finding scriptures and cylinder scrolls in caves, right? This cave got these scriptures and these cylinder scrolls and some tablets, and we found this copy of these tablets over here. And they start piecing this stuff together to create what? The modern day Bible. But they didn't start finding these writings until the 1st century. Nobody sat around writing this Bible in real time. There was nobody running behind Moses. Hold on, Mr. Moses, say that one more time so I can get it just right. There was nobody doing that, dog. Nobody was doing that. Nobody. Jesus, stop. Jesus, hold on. You're speaking too fast, Jesus. Let me make sure I gotta get this right. Hold on. Say that one more time for me. With more emphasis. No, wasn't happening. The Bible was written 2,000 years after everybody was already dead. And from that perspective, you can see where the information came from. A lot of recopied scriptures, texts, cylinder scrolls, papyruses, things that have been discovered from all around the world. And then when there's certain people got their hands on this material and started sorting through it over many years, figuring out what to keep, what to take away, they realized the power that spirituality and religion had on people. Hey man, we can remix this thing just the right way. We got a hit right here. We got a triple platinum for life. And we can control the masses with this information. So they began to do the remix. Council of Nicaea met. They said, keep this out. Oh, bring this in. Keep that out. No, bring that in. So if you keep this in, but remixes, take that piece out, change this around, and then drop it in there. That's how they made this book. See? And so the book was written over a long period of time. And who were the people that wrote the majority of the copied text that ended up being discovered? The Phoenicians, followers of Thoth, the Atlantean. Yeah, Jehudi, the priest king of ancient Kemet that ruled over the land of Kemet for 14,000 years, according to the ancient Egyptians. So this whole story of this God and this devil that people are running and chasing after has nothing to do with the real creator of the universe and some type of an adversary that may be out there. What it has to do with is beings that were more advanced, consciously, spiritually, and technologically that took advantage of our ignorance and pimped us out and have us still to this very day blaming stuff on the devil and praying to God, not knowing they're not praying to any real God. They're praying to a flesh and blood being that isn't God. Does a God exist? In my opinion, yes. I've always said that from the very beginning. But I don't think people know which one they're focusing on when they're thinking. They're focusing their energy towards something that was totally dark and evil, and they don't even know it. And the Gnostics knew this. You got to read the Gnostics text, right? Nag Hammadi scripts. When you get into the Gnostics who were living concurrently along with the Christians, they saw this and they peeped it. They realized that the Christians were following and worshiping the same Satan, the devil, that they were running and hiding from. Pretty interesting stuff, man. It's a big story.
I mean, quite interesting, Billy. Quite interesting. Shout out to everybody in the chat. So you brought up the Nag Hammadi, and you're saying Enlil is Yahweh, and you're saying
y'all go watch that though on Black Magic 363. Check that out.
Oh man, so like, I understand what he's saying, and my
it's just his perspective. I mean,
yeah, it's
believe
his
it or not, it ain't
yeah,
like it's
yeah.
written in stone. Like you gotta believe it.
I'm just fighting for, like, I just don't understand why. My only thing is that what's the purpose? You know what I mean? It's like, even though you are doing all this
to
and
not be living a fucking lie your whole life.
But then what's the truth?
That's what we trying to find out, the truth. We got to read the non-commodity strips. We got to read all the Emerald Tablet. We got to put in the work.
I believe truth is simple. I believe truth is simple. Bro, your mom is your mom. That can't not change. Tell me otherwise.
Where did all black people come from in America?
Nigga, what? Oh my gosh, bro.
All truth ain't the truth. Our truth has been distorted.
But there is still one truth, bro. Otherwise, truth isn't a word.
The truth is whoever won the war. That's what history is.
No, history is history, right? But what I'm saying is,
shouldn't history be the truth? Because it's just a story of what happened in the past. It shouldn't be nobody's own made up story in the past. That's not history. Then that's a lie.
Something had to originate everything, right? Something. Let's just say, forget everything, but something had to originate.
Dark matter energy and the universal sound was created off the sound.
Okay, so boom. So if you're saying that is the truth, right? Then words can't cut through it. See, I think the moment you can start cutting shit through with words, that just proves that God is real, because it says in the beginning was the word. You can cut through a lot of bullshit through words. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I said, when you're speaking on something, you got to make sure that shit valid. You can't say clone and expect for me to say everything is valid.
I mean, I would think now, we would think people would know, like, you can clone people, like, pretty much.
All right, you know, we're going to do research.
Okay, y'all about to be mad because this is going to take 10 minutes. You already know what the answer is. They've been cloning people for a long time. They've been having a lot of technology, you guys, that they don't tell us about, or that they've been using. Like, they've been having robot people since the early 1900s. Like, look like a full man. It's pictures of it, if you can see it.
Bro, I don't think they is exclusive. Is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day,
and I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about like other countries too.
But they ain't gonna all keep that shit a secret.
Yes, they are.
No, bro. No, ain't no way.
Because they know the same thing we know. They know what power does to man. That's a lot of power to have to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't tell us everything now. You think our government tell us everything? Hell no.
Bro, do you know what water can't? You know what man can't do? Hold water. Meaning that information instantly spreads like fucking wildfire. So the moment I know how to clone somebody, if it don't just stay with me, the moment it goes to one other individual, a million other people are gonna know.
Nah, I disagree.
It's not gonna stay for years.
Everybody not the same. Some people not like that.
So okay, so he's saying clone back 200,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So we don't have the ability.
Even mainstream scientists would tell you that they know that our DNA was tampered with, but they don't know who done it, and it was 200,000 years ago. I mean, a lot of
good science conversation.
Yeah, because a lot of this stuff could be proven through science and quantum physics, quantum mechanics, theoretical. You know what I'm saying? We can get into it, but appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. We went over,
man.
but this is a good episode. This is.
It is. We're gonna do a little bit more research.
Yeah, man. We gotta do some research. Hey, we're gonna do the Chat GPT.